Hey everybody, it's Julie. Thanks for joining me here for some journaling using the Shine On Faith Art Collection for the month of December from Creative Retreat Kits. I'm here journaling in my Psalms journal. This is a Psalter and it's got all the books, all the chapters of Psalms, and then a page in between each one, a full page. So I can just do this whole page. I'm choosing verse 9 of chapter 36, Psalm 36:9, and I'm highlighting that, which says, "For with you is the fountain of life. In your light do we see light." I love this passage. This is one of the ones referenced in the devotional, and it really spoke to me. I'm going to be stamping out and focusing on the word light here, but I'm doing that either through alphas, through the stamps, or through the alpha stickers. I'm going to say, "In your light do we see light." So you can see me lining up the stamps there. This is the Sketchy alpha set, and it's so much fun. I'm stamping it in my Versafine Onyx black ink, and then I'm going to come in and fill it in with some gold, and then also do some highlighting. So you can see I added a lot of space between the letters. And then I've got to add my black splatter paint when I have a full page. I just love that look. So I'm using some binder clips to hold my pages down, and I do have a Bible mat, just a clear plastic mat behind my page, filling in the letters. I don't remember what this number is for the Tombow marker, but I will link that using the alphas. So I love the colors of this collection, the blues and then the gold. It's great. It's seasonal, but it's also versatile. You can use this collection throughout the year. But it is a good Christmas and Advent season theme and color scheme too. I love that sunburst, that starburst, that light burst. It's a flare of light. And I'm stamping that in the Harvest Gold and then stamping the word light in that. And then I'm going to use that also as I create the candle. I love these images in the stamp set, that they are separate images. The stamps are separate so that you can change the color. And here I'm putting the gold light, the little flame, and adding some color variation with my marker and building the color up with the ink. So let me read this passage. "For with you is the fountain of light. In your light do we see light." When we spend time in the light of God, in His warmth, basking in the light, basking in Him, in His character, in His word, in communion with Him, we absorb that light and then we shine that light. But it's more than that. In your light do we see light. It changes when we spend time with God in His light. It changes our mindset. It changes our perspective. And we are able to then see His light everywhere. So I'm putting those starbursts, those bursts of light all around my page as a background. And notice here, when I'm trying to do it in the gutter, I just take the stamp off of the block and I'm covering up the other side with a paper towel or paper and just using my hands there. That gives me a little bit, it's not a perfect impression, but it's fine, it works. And that way I can get it in the gutter and not go across the other page if I don't want to. So I love how this little candle has turned out. And this washi tape I'm using to hold my page down. And then I also use some binder clips there to hold them down. I'm spelling out my title now, and I'm using the different colors, the teal color and then the darker navy blue. So I'm putting all these down. But this washi tape that came with the collection, with the Faith Art box, I love it. It's this teal blue color, and it's polka dotted. It is so cute. And I can just use this in so many ways. So I'm using that to anchor down the word "see." And now I'm taking that gold marker and filling in. I start just to give some shadow, but then I decide to just completely surround the word light with that gold. So it's kind of like it's emanating that light, it's shining that light. And I thought that was a good effect. So I'm going to come in now and add again, do we. So it's saying, in your light, do we see light? But I'm going to switch out the colors here and switch it to the darker blue up top and then the teal below. I just felt like it had more balance that way. So as long as you don't press your stickers down too hard to begin with and too firmly, then you've got some give and you can take them off, but do it carefully. So you can see I'm switching that out there. In your light, do we see light? Now I'm going to place these down above. So I've got the darker up top, then the teal, and then the darker blue as well. But I felt like you can't see the letters in the teal as well as the white letters. So I'm going to come back with my white gel pen and fill that in. And of course, a wonky heart up there in the top left corner because I didn't have it quite centered. So that gives it balance. I'm going to use this washi tape to kind of anchor my page at the bottom. Now here, I'm adding some shadowing, some dimension effect. I just take a pen and on one side of my letter, I kind of outline it, but not all the way around, just where the shading would be, just where the shadow would be. So you consider where the light source is and then add your shadow on the other side. And you can see that I gave a little bit of white space and now I'm coming in with my brush marker and adding that shadow to it. I really like this effect. It gives it dimension. And then I will clean it up with a white gel pen and just make that, especially on the G, it got a little murky, but it makes those letters pop off the page, just kind of stand up. So I was pleased with that effect. Now I'm taking the other tip of the pen and I'm going to outline my letters. This theme, the light, and focusing on seeing his light. Right now, I am in a very, very busy time of my life. My son is getting married in less than 2 weeks on New Year's Day, and there's so much to do. And it's easy to focus on that and on what's going wrong with the plans, and then all the busyness of Christmas season and the end of the semester. There's just so much going on, but when I spend time in his light, then I'm able to see the positives. I'm able to see light in other people, in situations, and I can see how God is shining everywhere. So bask in his light, just absorb his light, and then we'll be able to shine that light and see it even more, reflect his light. I'm adding some little sparkles on my page. I just draw a little cross and then kind of connect those. And then I'm going to come in with my white gel pen and add a little bit of shimmer on the inside. Just a few little details. Now here I've cut out some of the Faithful Digitals, one of the journaling cards, and then this label that says hope and love, because when we are spending time in his light, it is his light that brings us hope and love. And then we have that perspective of hope. We see light, we see the hope, we see the love. When we just focus on the darkness and not on the light, then we don't have that mindset, that attitude of hope and love. We don't have that in our hearts and shining in our hearts. So I put a tab up at the top and used the word Fetty that said light, anchored it with the washi tape. And here I'm taking one of the labels and I'm going to do some journaling on this page, and I'm stamping my date. This is an Archer and Olive date stamper. It came with one of the subscriptions, the fall subscription. I don't know if it's available in their shop yet, but I love the size of it. So I did some journaling on this card using the stamps from the stamp set to fill in words. And it says, when we bask in the light of Jesus, we not only shine his light, but we see it all around us. It brings us hope and love. I've made a bow with some polka dotted fabric, some ribbon that I had in my stash, and I added that up to the top. Now I'm taking one of these labels and I'm going to use it. I cut it to make it work for me. I'm going to use the point to my verse, and then over here use this to write my verse. So I'm just trying to find the right balance and placement here. I do end up, after I write it in black, I'm going to come in off screen and I add the gold fill in. I just highlight it with the gold to bring it all together. So here is my verse. You'll see my project. You'll see some still shots in just a minute. I hope you have a wonderful holiday season, basking in the light as you focus, as you look at the lights on the tree, as you look at all the Christmas lights. Think of the light from Jesus, the light of Jesus, and how it is so warm, and it just gives us hope and love. If you have any comments or questions about this project, then leave them in the comment section. I've linked all the products I've used. Thanks so much. God bless. Bye-bye.